Are not appropriate. Places that don't have this check mark will be those that aren't appropriate for posting. So we're hoping that the student monitor can look at that and then make sure that those areas get cleaned or taken care of.
Other points for President Nguyen?
I did not.
I'm sorry? Okay.
There's a lot of posting on a lot of walls, like kind of sporadically. So I'd assume with the check mark, there's going to be fewer areas to post things. There's not going to be a problem, right, that organizations are going to have to compete for posting area, correct?
It shouldn't be a problem, no. What you're seeing now has been kind of a mitigation of posting policy violations within the past 2 years because to be honest, the policy hasn't been enforced. And so what you're seeing now is a lot of posting policy violations in buildings and things like that are just kind of been letting go. And I think you're still seeing some flyers that may have been there for weeks past that no one's taken down. That's why you're seeing so many, and flyers may be overlapping.
Any other points for President Nguyen? Okay, seeing none. Vice President Agarwal.
Evening, everyone. I think I'll just draw your attention to the committee's initiatives as of now. Sustainable effort with our water bottle filling water fountains, and then just the smoking on a Delbert issue. We're going to actually, now that the other resolutions have passed, really kind of focus more on that. Hopefully in the next couple of committee meetings, we're going to sit down, do some thorough research, take the points that you all brought up at that open forum during the open forum discussion, as well as some other websites that fellow students have submitted to me via the feedback form actually. So we're going to compile all of that and do some research and see, and then the action planning step would be to see what students can actually do to make a difference with this issue. I'm open to points.
Representative Lepton. Secretary Mueller.
What does water bottle filling water fountains do? Can't any water fountain fill a water bottle?
Okay, well the difference, I'm not sure if I understood your question, but the difference with these water fountains would be that currently if you try to fill a water bottle, you have to tilt it a little bit, and some people have difficulty with that. Some people don't like the fact that there could be germs on the head of the water fountain. So the difference with this one is it's also supposed to encourage people to reuse their water bottles, use their the aluminum ones, steel ones, reuse their plastic ones. And what would happen is, in addition to the regular spout, on the back panel of the water fountain would just be another spout where you could just put your water bottle in and it would fill it. And so this has been done at other universities already, particularly I think it's the University of Pittsburgh has some of these fountains, and our current plan is to work with SSC, to work with Jean Matthews, who's very in favor of all sustainable efforts on campus at Case Western, and just like we did with the Little Italy stop, pilot this fountain in a really highly populated area to see if students actually use it. And if we get a good response out of students for this, then hopefully it'll be a contender for placement in the new student center.
Thank you. I'm sorry I was so confused about that.
So no one's mouth part of their water bottle touches the spout. It's just so close. Any other points for Vice President Agarwal? Representative Sabe?
There's a really cool video where some person's like, "Oh, what's that?" And she'll "I'll show you and I'll send it to you."
Yes, Representative Sabe is our lead on this project.
Any other points for Vice President Agarwal? Okay, seeing none, is there a report on behalf of the Finance Committee tonight? Okay, they have some legislation, so that'll come up later on. Vice President Dorbeck? Okay.
Hi, everybody. I guess our priority on our agenda is getting the pizza directory out, and next Tuesday we will be stapling our directory with other paper documents from our pizza vendors, and we are inviting GA, other representatives to attend our meeting next week, Tuesday at 6 p.m. in the Delbert Hall, room 101. and we'll be having pizza in light of our pizza-themed meeting. We are also, stay tuned for finalizations of our intramurals and movie night. Thank you to all of those who filled out the survey. It looks like movies will be Shaun of the Dead, or Dead Poets Society, or Unstoppable. So if you have not filled out the form and you are interested in seeing one of those movies, please fill that out. I'm now going to allot the rest of my time to Representative Finch for Representative Spotlights. Thank you.
Okay, today's candies are a 100-gram bar and a Butterfinger. You can figure out who these people are. Okay, the first person is a chemistry major from Canfield. They're in.
Oh God, I should know this. Elena? Is it Elena? Man, I'm from right around there.
Their biggest pet peeve is bad breath and body odor. Svetlana. Okay, the second person is a freshman from Granville, Ohio. I have no clue which hand went up first.
It was
Christina. No. Fernandez? Yes. Okay. Her name the biggest pet peeve is people talking when they shouldn't, i.e. movies. Guilty pleasure spending money on random things. Their favorite movie is Anchorman. Vivian's least favorite letter is K. The weirdest animal he's touched is a pig. And if he's a cartoon animal, guilty pleasure is makeup. Favorite movie is Zoolander. Least favorite alphabet letter is Q, which seems to be a very popular one. And the weirdest animal is chinchilla. And the cartoon character is Lisa Simpson.
I believe the most common weirdest animal has been chinchilla thus far in the year. So I think that's very interesting. Everyone should try and pet a chinchilla. They're really fluffy. Any points for Representative or Vice President Dorbeck or the PR committee? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to Vice President Maloney. No, I didn't. You're not on the agenda. Oh my gosh, I'm really sorry. We're just switching it up today. I'm sorry.
I feel kind of bad now.
We're just making it exciting.
Sorry. Basically, just what I have in the board report. Just an update, though. Print2hear.case.edu is now working, so you can go there to reach the Student Affairs Print to Hear status page. And I'm also beginning work on a form whereby candidates for the spring elections can submit letters of intent online via Collegiate Link. So, yep, open for points.
Points for Vice President Maloney. Okay, seeing none, we'll move back to our treasurer tip of the week.
Treasure tip of the week is that the zoo is half off on days when it's under 32 degrees. They're polar bear days. The rainforest is still really toasty and warm and a nice place to be.
And Vice President Hamilton.
I had a point of inquiry on the tip of the week.
On the what?
The tip of the week.
Okay.
Do they measure the temperature, like at what time of the day does that temperature happen?
I do not know for sure how they decide, but if it's definitely under 32 degrees, it's definitely a polar bear day. You could probably call and ask them ahead of time.
Okay.
All right. I guess first thing is, if you'd like to invite me to your physics lab, I'd like to come. I've never been to a physics lab before, and I've heard some complaints about them, so I'd like to see firsthand. I won't be there the whole time. I don't think I could tolerate that. And then I guess the other things are a couple of things have moved to the Faculty Senate Executive Committee, so to be approved or disapproved. The reorganization of the academic scholarships, which Steve and I went over last week. Basically, they're simplifying them for any of the non-endowed scholarships. There's just going to be like 3 kinds: the university scholarship, the Michelson Morley scholarship, and the Bolton scholarship. And those will all now have like standardized rules for academic good standing, and that's not going to affect anyone in this room. It's only affecting incoming students, future students. So no worries about anyone's merit-based scholarship. The other thing is there was a recommendation for raising standards for international students in the future. There's going to be an increase in TOEFL scores, and future international students will be required to take the SAT from now on. I'm open to points.
Representative Thompson? Representative Williams?
My problem isn't actually with the physics lab, it's everything around the physics lab. So you should sit in on a student writing a physics lab report. That would be very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, you did say tofu scores. I just want to point that out. I didn't know if someone else was going to say that, but.
TOEFL, right?
Yep, not tofu. Tofu is the
I swear it was tofu.
It's the soy food.
I apologize
any other points
for
for
that.
Vice President Hamilton?
So.
Okay, seeing none. Are there any caucus reports tonight? Representative Bagat. I didn't know if I was the only one that heard that, but I'm glad I wasn't. It's my favorite moment of the day.
You just start talking and I'll bring you. Okay. Just gonna wait for Parliamentarian Brubaker to queue up the poster. Yeah, it's poster 1-5.
You could start talking while we, okay.
Full screen it. All right, well, just want to say that this Thursday is our Cookies and Comments event. As you can see, there will be cookies. One of the reps may or may not dress up as Cookie Monster throughout the entire event. Associate Dean, Molly Berger, will be present at the event for the entirety. It's from noon to 1 p.m. this Thursday, so invite your friends. There's hot cocoa, coffee provided by Bon Appetit, as well as cookies that I'm buying from Walmart tomorrow. And we're hoping to continue this on throughout the rest of the semester. So there'll be other events, maybe candy and comments, kittens and comments, Colleen and comments, anything that's warm and cuddly. And
I vote kittens.
And we will also have our meeting after GA tonight to finalize details for this week's event. And one of our representatives will be meeting with Dean Taylor on Thursday to continue our relationship with the college.
Points for Representative Bagat. Representative Baz.
Can you get the sugar cookies with the frosting and sprinkles on top?
Potentially.
We could also have Colin Downey in comments. Representative Thompson.
Should I suggest that you make the text white? I can't read the white.
Any other
This is doable.
points? Excellent. Thank you, Representative Bagat. Any other caucus reports tonight? Representative Fernandez.
So this past week we met and a couple of our caucus members came up with the idea of something called peer advising. And it's basically you sign up on TutorTrack and you make an appointment with some student, and the student will help you will advise you on which classes to take according to your major. And James had a meeting with James about this implementation to TutorTrack. Do you want to talk about it?
I just talked to James Eller about whether or not we could use TutorTrack for this and whether or not ESS would be all about it. He thinks it's a no-brainer and that we should do it. He also recommended that we discuss it with the dean. So it's still in discussion. It's not something that's 100% yet. But at least in the engineering caucus, this could be a cool bridge as advising improves.
Representative Durbeck?
Would this just be for the engineering students, or would you consider opening it to all case schools?
Well, the idea we had was as a pilot to all case schools. We could start out in engineering because it's one of the harder ones to get advising for. And if it succeeds, we go on to all the other schools. Yes.
Representative Williams?
Will peer advisors be compensated for their times like a regular tutor is?
Yes, it will be compensated. That's the only issue we need to work out is the finance and who will pay for it. But James Zeller said he could probably potentially find some funding. Was that correct? Did he say he could find funding?
Maybe.
Well, if not, we can try to work on it.
It's all very unclear.
Okay.
Representative Falkenberg?
Do you really think you need to pay other students to do that? I think that you could find a good number of students that would be perfectly willing to advise other students. I know I would be perfectly willing to take in a couple of students and advise them. And I know that most anyone in this room might like to do that.
So are you saying that we should have the tutor track instead of having compensation, just have a meeting set up where you can just meet with them and not get compensated, or?
Yes, I don't think people need to get paid to do that.
Yes.
Vice President Agarwal?
I know like the WISER organization has like a similar system. It's the Women in Science and Engineering Roundtable. They have a mentor-mentee system, and all the mentors are in there voluntarily. They're advising, fellow students. So it's like just like Representative Falkenberg said, maybe it should just be kind of like a voluntary thing.
Any other points for Representative Fernandez? Okay, seeing none. Are there any other caucus reports tonight? Representative Lee? And as a speaker's note of the night, if you are in professional school, scrubs for nursing students are considered business casual attire. So this is an excellent display of repping the caucus.
Thank you. Good evening. So last Thursday, the Nursing Caucus had a meeting, and we discussed several things. We did set up a date for the alumni tea, but it's for next semester, so it'll be December 2nd of this year, so in the fall semester. And we're still checking the alumni house, but we are planning to have alumni tea on the 2nd. And we will also be having a cupcake compliments/comments session, and one of the representatives will be sitting inside the FPB school, either on the 14th, 16th, or 17th of March. We're still trying to check up a date for that. And we'll just be taking in comments and compliments from the students to see what our constituents are like wanting and what they do like. So that's will be coming up next month. And we also decided to have a Shining Stars bulletin board, and that'll be students and faculty. And we will try to organize the boards, especially on the elevators, for that. And another thing that was brought up was possibly meeting or having an event with the Grad Student Nurses Association. We thought that it would be helpful for the undergrad and grad students to get together just to collaborate and just, possibly just hear from the grad students, because we haven't done like a collaborative event with them yet. So that, and one of our representatives felt like it would be a good idea to have an IT resource page on the Francis Payne Bolton website. Those would have helpful sites for the nursing students. We're not sure if it's for undergrad or grad yet, maybe both. Like tools, various websites that would be helpful, possibly for jobs as well. So I think we will be talking to the IT committee later about it. And then the final topic that we discussed was possibly meeting with Dean Wolkowitz to, regarding integrating the SAGEs with the nursing classes, because we've received increasing numbers of complaints from nursing students regarding not being able to find a SAGEs class and filling the third category requirement. So, yes, that is it. I am open to points.
Any points for the speaker? Seeing none, are there any other caucus reports? Yes, Colleen? They are included in the regular GA minutes.
Or do you mean their meetings?
The caucus
Yeah.
meeting notes? Oh. Yep, that's okay. Yeah, we've been low on caucus reports, but we're starting to pick it up. Okay. Any other caucus reports this evening? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to the swearing in of new representatives. President Wynn.
Okay, so we've put off swearing in a couple of representatives for a while now because we've had a lot of vacancies kind of just out there. But for those representatives who have not been sworn in either in inauguration or in GA, if you could please at this moment just stand up. I'm actually not going to make you guys stand in the front because I think there are a couple of you. So just go ahead and stand up. All right.
Vice President Dorbeck.
No, Vice President Durek is a separate one.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yes, it's a separate one. So for those representatives standing, please raise your right hand and state after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear as a representative of the USG to responsibly represent my constituency to the best of my ability. I promise to faithfully uphold the Constitution and all appropriate bylaws of the USG. As an elected representative to the USG, I further pledge to serve the students of Case Western Reserve University with integrity and honesty. Congratulations. You are official. Now, if I could have the new vice president please stand. Raise your right hand. State after me. I state your name.
I, Elena Dorbeck,
Do solemnly swear as an officer of the USG
do solemnly swear as an officer of the USG
to responsibly represent my constituency to the best of my ability.
to responsibly serve my constituency to the best of my ability.
I promise to faithfully uphold the Constitution,
I promise to faithfully uphold
the Constitution,
the Constitution
and all appropriate bylaws of the USG.
and all appropriate bylaws
As an elected officer to the USG,
as an elected officer to the USG.
I further pledge to serve the students of Case Western Reserve University
I further pledge to serve the students of Case Western Reserve
with integrity and honesty.
with integrity and
Congratulations.
Okay, so we're moving into old business now. Are there any other nominations for first-year representative from Cutler House? Okay. How about nominations for College of Arts and Sciences representative? Which is a much larger subset of people. Representative Thompson.
I actually have a suggestion.
Oh, excellent.
Have we sent out an email to everyone yet in Cutler?
Representative Gallo.
Just a point of information, we had just talked about this actually. We're going to go to the floor of Cutler and talk to, like, just bombard them, like, catch them off guard, like, tell them to join.
President Wynn.
Have you guys tried contacting Carl Reisch, the coordinator, and seeing if you could just send a quick email to all of Cutler?
Yeah, that was another idea we had to, because there's only one floor in Cutler of Case Western, so we were going to try and see if we can, because each floor has their own mailing list, so we're going to see if we could do that too.
Excellent. Now, let's talk about College of Arts and Sciences. Who has a friend they think would be great? Okay, remember this can include first-year students too. So, anyone? Secretary Moeller?
I'm gonna nominate Sean Linden, but I don't really know his major.
Okay.
I'm guessing. I think he's astronomy, so.
I'm gonna nominate Emily Spencer. Emily.s.Spencer. Any other nominations? Okay, email those to Kevin and Doug. Oh. Yes.
If we nominate someone and they don't know that we're nominating right now, can we tell them later?
Yeah, they'll
then
get
I'm
an
gonna-
email from Doug, and you can like catch up with them later.
Okay, then I'll nominate Ann Kohler.
Representative Williams?
Koeler.
I'd like to nominate Stephanie Hummel, Hummel.
Any other nominations? This has been a great spirit. Representative Fernandez? Okay. Treasurer Shaw? You're gonna have to spell that one. Okay, any other nominations tonight? Okay, so we'll get in contact with those people and we will let you know what happens. Is there any other old business? Okay, so moving into new business, first we're gonna have Colin brief us on Twink Study Over.
So, Twink Study Over is actually in approximately 10 weeks. And, 10. And, 10. It's 10 weeks, jeez. Anyways, myself and Abby Eric are going to be chairing the committee this semester. And so we need, I guess, representatives and from USG, so we'll be needing 2 to come to represent USG. It's going to be awesome. We do not have a firm meeting date set, but once we have all the representatives from the different organizations, we will set a meeting date and time that works for everybody. So yeah, so I guess we're going to open up nominations.
So we will take self-nominations because that's typically the most effective way to do this. So if you think you're interested in serving on the Twink Study Over Committee, or you think the person next to you is interested, please raise your hand.
Point of information, that's how I got on Twink Study Over last semester.
Because self-nominations are effective because you know what your time commitments are, so it's really exciting. You get to choose all the food and stuff. Anyone interested? Who would like to nominate a friend?
Now that the study over is funded by SEC, the voice on this committee is even more important. There's no fundraising responsibilities anymore, which was the largest time-consuming activity. That doesn't happen anymore. Now you just come together, brainstorm, have fun, create the marketing plan, create, what's the program going to look like, who's going to run the board. Like Allie said, picking the food. It's really fun now because now that the students aren't feeling at all. So if you're interested in how it's shaped and what it looks like, that is definitely something.
Representative Singh?
I'll do it.
Is anyone else interested? Representative Dorbeck? Or Vice President Dorbeck?
I nominate Representative McKee.
Is he, are you interested? Okay. Representative Thompson?
I nominate Representative Buckley.
Yeah, I'll look at my schedule. I'll accept.
Anyone else? Representative Fernandez?
I nominate Representative Aruga Musami.
Okay. Any other nominations? Okay, so we will elect from these 3 tonight, or should we wait another week to see if there's... Okay, so we'll let everyone give 30 seconds worth of speeches and a minute for questions. sounds great.
Yeah, I think there's no reason to select.
That's true.
Voice these events. That's where I work.
Excellent. Congratulations. It's going to be fun. Okay, so at this time we can entertain a motion to introduce Bill B 20-06. Keep in mind that we can have discussion on this bill, but it must be tabled for at least 1 week before coming to a vote. Representative Brown, sorry.
Move to introduce Bill B 20-06.
Okay, is there a speaker in the pro? President Nguyen.
Okay, so I'm handsomer than Colin, but you'll have to bear with me tonight. We wanted to just basically introduce this new bill to you because of reallocations that we have to do because of the rollover. But it basically is stated in the bill already, but this is the new budget that we're looking at. You can see that we've basically added a lot of money into, the same exec co-sponsorships, mass funding, rolling funding, et cetera. And this bill is just basically to confirm that we do this every time that we change the budget. So right now, we just want you guys to go ahead and take a look at this budget. It will be sent to you via email, so then you have a better chance of looking at it, more time to look at it. We will print out copies of it next GA so that you guys can look at it when we vote and ask questions now for clarity and ask questions then before you vote. I'm open to points.
Representative Bogart.
A couple questions. Where it says Teaching Excellence Awards, is that separate from the Wiki Awards?
Yes.
Okay. Other question is, are applications already out for the Student Life Improvement Grant?
No. Those have not been, we need to confirm the budget before we can advertise how much it's going to be.
Other points of clarification on the bill? Okay, seeing none, is there a speaker in the con? And seeing none, we'll move into discussion. So we'll allow 6 minutes for discussion tonight on the bill, bearing in mind that it does need to be tabled before a vote. Representative Lupton.
Just curious if somebody can help me understand the Be It Resolved Section 1.
So basically what this section says is that because our budget for spending money on mass funding and rolling funding for this has already been confirmed, for this semester has already been confirmed, we're saving some amount for next fall, 2011, and so this amount is going to be that we're saving. So we can't really amend to the budget that we have already passed. So this is for the next fall, 2011, and that's why we have that Be It Resolved there.
Secretary Mueller.
I was the election commissioner last year, so the election costs seem really high to me. All I remember spending last year was I used free printing, and then I had the Qdoba and the USG office thing, which was it was just the Qdoba bar. I think it must have been at most 500 because I had a lot of Qdoba, but so I think 1,000 is a little much.
Colleen. Any other points for discussion on the bill? Representative Falkenberg?
I'm not sure if this is the appropriate time to ask this, but the last part, as provided by the operating bylaws, could we just, although it may be obvious, can we add a year to, can we take out the TH in 30th and say June 30, 2011, or instead of saying June 30th? Thank you.
We can, because it's not it can't be a friendly amendment, we can either wait and propose it as an amendment next week, or we can take a vote now to amend that to read June 30th, 2011. So it's up to you. If you would like to propose an amendment tonight, we can vote on it as an assembly, or we can hold that until next week when the author is present, and it would most likely be friendly, but not necessarily. So if you'd like to change that, you have to propose, or you have to move to amend, and then state the way you want it to be read. Or you can hold on to it.
I think either way it will be changed. We might as well wait until the author is here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, other points for discussion? Representative Gallo?
If we wait until next week, do we have to table it for another week if it's changed?
No, we can make amendments and discussion next week. Representative Thompson? Is there a second? Okay, so Bill B 20-06 is tabled until further notice. Is there any other new business tonight? Representative Lupton?
Yeah, I was going to bring this up in open forum, but I think it deserves a little bit more attention than open forum. Elections are coming up, USG elections. So let me just give you what you need to know right now, okay? Letters of intent will start being accepted next Monday, and that is February 21st. And that will close 10 days after, which is March 2nd. And March 4th will be the candidates meeting. So it's coming up fast, okay? Really fast. And I know we haven't really talked about this at all until now, so I just want to let everybody know. There's a PR initiative that we're going to have. We're just going to be PRing as of Monday next week. And sorry, I lost my point. I saw Skylar's hand.
Representative Thompson?
I'm going to double check, but isn't March 4th the Friday before spring break?
Yeah.
Yes.
That might not be
It's
advisable.
traditionally been when that's been held.
I think
I'm just concerned people aren't going to be here.
the reasons behind that is if somebody wants to get their, I think Mintry told me this, if somebody wants to get their publicity materials together over spring break or something like that, they have a little bit more of an opportunity.
Was last year, so I remember specifically doing this during my break.
Would it be not legal to have it a day before?
You're concerned about people who
Right, yeah.
I have a response. I believe I didn't have it on the Friday, even though I had it the week before spring break. I think I had it on Tuesday even. Just saying.
The first is a Tuesday, and according to my schedule, I have us accepting letters of intent till Wednesday.
That's correct.
So you could have a 5 o'clock deadline on the 3rd, and then have a 6 o'clock meeting. That way you're covering your bases and you're not doing it.
As a follow-up, I definitely had it on Tuesday because I remember exec was held in the student activities office that day.
It would have been a Thursday then.
Thursday.
Would you be okay with that? Just taking
Yeah.
the deadline to like 5 and then having a 6 o'clock meeting?
I would be completely happy with moving it to Thursday and also keeping one possibly on Friday as well. Because I know Thursday doesn't work out for me. I'm going to make it work out for me. But we'll get it happening. So for you guys to just understand, there's going to be a lot going on. My commission, it's supposed to be accepted by USG, I think, a month before the election. And I think the election is the end of March or the beginning of April. I don't have the date for you guys tonight. I didn't write it down. Does anybody know? I think it's like the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd of April. Yeah. So, but anyway, that's a little bit far. You guys don't need to think about that yet. But anyway, we will be getting a commission very soon. I've got 3 accepted, and I'm waiting on 1 other person. So is there any other comments?
Representative Fernandez?
To clarify, it's 2 people in USG that will no longer be running for USG, and 2 people that aren't currently in USG, and anybody else. Not limited to.
Any other points for Representative Lupton? Commissioner Lupton?
Thank you.
Okay, seeing none, is there any other new business tonight? Okay, we'll move into open forum, starting with the feedback report. Secretary Mueller?
Caught me off guard. Things I remember from it. Actually, I don't remember anything.
Okay, so we can take other open forum points first. Commissioner Lupton?
This is, I guess, just something for student life. I would really, I went into, the campus bookstore today, and they have the gift cards, and there's some really good gift cards on there. And I then went into Dave's like 2 days ago, and I saw that there's a lot more variety and a lot of great gift cards. You can actually get $100 to Southwest at Dave's Market. You can't get that in our bookstore. Anyway, you can use Case Cash in our bookstore for gift cards, but you can't at Dave's Market, and I think they are operating under the same bylaws. I don't want to change that from our bookstore, but I want that to be implemented in the grocery store. Can somebody take a look into that? I know I've brought up like alcohol, and you guys always laugh every year. This is more like this. I guess this is the stepping stone to that discussion.
Maybe if you could buy a Dave's Market gift card in the bookstore and then use it to buy alcohol at Dave's Market.
Oh, wow. Maybe not, let's not use that. It's a strong word.
Buy cookies.
Okay.
Please stop saying all of this in the mic.
Okay. Representative Tom.
Problem with that would be, from Dave's perspective, is that I'm pretty sure for the gift card, that, like, if you buy a $100 gift card, you might get charged like $99.50 for it, or something really close. But Case will take like 6% of the Case cash transaction fee, so they lose money every time you buy a gift card with Case cash. And so, like, why would you offer that? So that's what I'm pretty sure what the reason is.
It's just a stepping stone. It should be looked into.
Though I'm not the treasurer, as a treasurer tip, if you buy gift cards at Giant Eagle, you get fuel perks for them, which is cool. Because it's like you're not really spending money to get free money. It's kind of cool. Ready?
There was a note about the cafe in the library and how we don't know if when it's going to be there. Yeah. Do you have a response to that?
Yeah, I do, seeing as how I wrote that comment, or the response to that comment. So they might have like a soft opening for the cafe, like before spring break, but like the library staff are like disgruntled that they might like close the cafe during spring break. But definitely it should be open like after spring break. So get pumped.
Other things on there, a greenie that goes through Little Italy would be great. Can we turn up the heat in the USG office? I am cold. That's from Peggy.
I support that.
And can we get the school to approve the Blackboard mobile app for iPhones? It used to work, but now I guess the school has to grant permission for it to be used. It's really helpful when you don't have your laptop, and it's quite frustrating to have it and now be suddenly unable to use it.
Sounds like some great initiatives to work on. Any other points for open forum tonight? Representative Dooner.
Has anyone else noticed people at Gravitt making soup in the microwaves? I don't know. I got Gravitt earlier today. I just saw a couple people doing it. I didn't know if it was a widespread thing.
Representative Williams.
Actually, kind of going off that, I think one of the microwaves right now is broken, or it's like it works on and off, I want to say. I forget what it is, but yeah.
Representative Dorbeck. Oh, Vice President Dorbeck. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I also think we should propose a better situation for the room around Gravitt for better traffic flow, because you can't really use the microwaves. So just talking about rearranging, putting them somewhere else.
I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Brian?
As far as the Blackboard app goes, on iPhones, it was working earlier. I think they were just updating it.
Blackboard will be down from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. this morning, just to plan. Read that today, got scared. Schlaff. I'm having a really bad day with names. I am so sorry.
Okay, I don't know if anyone has witnessed the 5 o'clock rush at Einstein's. Apparently, Einstein's gives out their bagels and other things that have not got. No. No, the problem is that I witnessed that jungle event, and it was insane. There was like 50 people there that just like rushed, and elbows were everywhere, and I thought that it was kind of rude. And then it should be stopped.
Representative Sabe?
The manager apparently yesterday, announced that that's against their company policy, and so today there was a group of people waiting for the whole 5 o'clock thing, and the employees had to say we can't do this anymore. So they stopped doing it actually.
Representative Lupton?
Information. They do throw away the bagel in the cups. So they have tops on them, and they throw them away whole, so you can actually go in and get them out.
Hey, any other points for open forum tonight? Representative Williams.
With the recent Delbert Road construction, the Greenies and I know CircleLink have all, like, the routes have all been messed up, and I know that information is not now, it's like the new routes are not online, and I realize that they're temporary routes, but it'd be nice if there was some kind of posting of what those routes are. And also, last night, the Greenies have been very unreliable, and I sat one stop for about 20 minutes without any information, and that would be kind of nice to know why we're stopped.
Any other points for open forum? Representative Baez.
If you check your email from a couple weeks ago, we all got the new Greenie routes emailed to us.
Okay. Anyone else? Representative Gallo?
I'd also like to point out that even though we got the new routes in our email, the whole Next Bus system is like screwed up now because it's like doesn't even know what's going on. So.
Colleen? Any other last points for open forum? Okay, seeing none, we'll move into our advisors report.
So tonight, my topic is on transition, leadership transition. And Keith's announcement about the election cycle, I think, is incredibly important. It is going to move really fast. So many of you in this room have some real thinking to do. And just to reiterate some of the requirements for running for office, there are 2 positions on the executive board that require participation on USG. So somewhere in this room is a future USG president. The requirement is only 1 semester's activity level, 1 semester's experience on USG. It has nothing to do with other committees or serving as speaker or any of that. So revisit the Constitution and look very carefully at potential leadership opportunities for yourself. This is an amazing organization. It has absolutely done incredible things through the years, but it only works as hard as, I think, the leadership. And one of the things that as advisor I work very, very hard at this period of time to do is to make sure that there are multiple candidates. I think a person who runs for an office unopposed perhaps doesn't feel the same way about the office as they might have if they actually won an election. So I want you to think a little bit about that. And if you've thought a little bit about running for an executive position, I want you to come see me and let's just chat about it. Nobody can convince you better than I can. I think that it's really, many of you in the room know what I'm talking about. I think it's really important that you're out there and that you take risks and that you don't wait to be nominated, that you say, yes, I'd really like to be a vice president of something or perhaps even the president. So please have intentional, thoughtful, moments of reflection. Think seriously about running for an office position. If you like being a representative, and some of the most wonderful USG leaders have been just representatives. If that's what you love, stay with it. But think about, what your plans are for next year. And if you have any questions or if you want to meet with me, I will make time. I am swamped, but this is the kind of meeting I'll always make room for. So I'm offering that opportunity. Okay, any questions? There's only one other required position, and that's the VP of Finance. You have to have served on the Finance Committee for a semester? A semester. Yeah, so. It need not be the prior. Okay. Oh, right, exactly. So you could have been on USG your freshman year. So if you know people like that, you might want to suggest to them. So, okay, think about it. Contact me if you need to. Thanks, bye.
Hey, announcements. Treasurer Moser.
I was just wondering if anyone, I'm doing a project, and if anyone has any ant infestations that they know of in their house or around that I could videotape, that'd be really awesome. Talk to me after GA if you know of any. Thanks. I'd probably buy you dinner too. I really need ants.
For ants?
I really need ants.
Parliamentarian Brubaker.
So today is February 15th, which means that in 364 days it'll be Valentine's Day. And you should buy a singing Valentine. If you didn't this year, you missed out. Buy them next year.
Representative Bagat.
Cookies and comments this Thursday in Twing Atrium from noon to 1 p.m.
President Nguyen.
So while Colleen's schedule may be very swamped as well, mine is also a little swamped, but I also have office hours in which you can come and feel free to talk to me about running for a vice president position, I might know something about that, or a representative position as well. Anything USG related, actually, I would love to talk to you about. They are Mondays and Fridays, 11:30 to 12:30. Feel free to give me a call. My email and phone number is at the bottom of my signature.
Colleen.
Flyers. I'm the one who killed some trees tonight, so I apologize. But this Friday is a very, very busy day. There is the Share the Vision Forum about being overstressed, and there's some tie-in to research and to some actual, I guess, self-help kind of things that you can do, et cetera. There's a great panel. That's one event you could go to during community hour. The other is a very simple, wonderful annual tradition that I sponsor. This year I'm working with African American Society and the Office of Multicultural Affairs, and that's the African American Heritage Celebration. So really good food, great student presentations and programming, so I'm really excited about that. So if you could come to that. And then also, I believe next week, I'm beginning to accept nominations and applications for the Stephanie Tubbs Jones Award. Last year, there were 2 students honored, and they each received $1,000. And so we're really excited about that. And it's an award given to an underrepresented undergraduate student who can best demonstrate some of the ideals that the Honorable Tubbs Jones demonstrated as both an alum and a very good friend of the institution. And if you have any questions, you can email me about any of that. And that's it. Thanks.
Vice President Agarwal.
I was asked by an administrator to point out that President Nguyen is on the panel for the discussion on Friday. So to at least go support, please come out.
Vice President Durbeck.
This Saturday is the Bright Winter Fest. It's like down by the flats, and there's music and art and food, and it's a really good time. So if you're more interested, go to brightwinterfest.com or something. But yeah, it was in the Case Daily.
Vice President Hamilton.
The physics labs. I want to be in your physics lab and see it. And the other thing is, oh yeah, if you went to the provost talking about like tuition and like experience that, could you please come talk to me? I wasn't able to attend and I'd like to hear. Thank you.
Representative Lundell.
This Saturday, Alpha Phi is having their first annual philanthropy event. It's going to be called A Fitness, and essentially what it is you come and do like classes like yoga, maxing out class, or like Zumba or anything, and it's just $5, and they were selling tickets all week in Nord, and it's going to be really fun. You get some pretty cool stuff like water bottles and headbands or stuff, so coming out. Thank you.
Representative Cummins.
Move to adjourn.
Is there a second? Good night, everyone.
Steve Cummins, please turn your mic off.
Right over here. I didn't.